Famous YouTubers advice, Mr.Beast. And
they suck.
let's start
they just
it
do.
right where
If you knew what I knew, you could get 10 million subscribers within 6 months. Your first video is not going to get views. Subscribers don't matter. Views don't matter. I mean, they do. So stop sitting there and thinking for months and months on it, and just get to work and start uploading. Everything you want as a creator comes from making the best videos possible and thumbnails.
Mr.Beast shares his best YouTube advice all the way from title and thumbnail secrets to growing a channel on YouTube.
It's much easier to get
Learn
5
from
million
the
views
best
on one video than 50,000 views on 100 videos.
He also reveals how he's able to hook in viewers in his videos and what he would do if he started over from scratch.
What advice would you give yourself when you were starting out?
Your videos suck. You think your videos are good, but they suck. They just do.
I've seen a few of his videos.
The sooner you learn how to make
good,
great videos that people actually want to watch, the sooner you'll get views. I think is the biggest takeaway. Because when I was 14, I thought my videos were the best in the world. Here. They weren't. They're terrible. Many people are making way better videos than me, but I didn't think that. And I think to be successful, you kind of have to have a little bit of that ego where you're like, my content's great. You got to believe in it. But also, if you have sub 1,000 subscribers, there's a good probability your videos just suck. They just do. And you need to make hundreds of videos or 100 videos. I don't know. It depends on the difficulty of your videos. Improve something every time and just get to the point where they don't. When you make good content, you'll blow up. It's not the algorithm. It's not anything. It's just me and most people who are in my position, you just make terrible videos. And that's okay, because you got to make a bunch of videos and improve over time to be great. You don't just pick up a baseball and become an MLB level athlete within a year.
Practice
it takes many years. And YouTube's kind of the same way. A lot of people get analysis paralysis, and they'll just sit there and they'll plan their first video for 3 months. And I'm any of you listening, especially if you have 0 videos on your channel, your first video is not going to get views. Period.
You see
it's
how
not.
many
Your first 10 are not going to get views. I can very confidently say that. So stop sitting there and thinking for months and months on end, and just get to work and start uploading. All you need to do, this applies to people who have not uploaded videos but have dreams of being a YouTuber, is make 100 videos and improve something every time. Do that. And then on your 101st video, we'll start talking, maybe you can get some views, but your first 100 are going to suck. There are very freak cases like Liza Koshy or Emma Chamberlain who have really good personalities, and it doesn't take them as many videos. And it's just people who are 7'5" and making the NBA. Yes, there are freak cases you can find, but for the average person like us, who don't have these exceptional personalities and backgrounds in filmmaking, just make 100 videos, improve something each time, and then talk to me on your 101st video.
How do you improve something each time?
The second one, just, I don't know, put more effort into the script. The third one, try to learn a new editing trick. The fourth one, try to figure out a way that you can have better inflections in your voice. The fifth one, try to, study a new thumbnail tip and implement it. The sixth one, try to figure out a new title. There's infinite ways. That's the beauty of content creation online. There's literally infinite ways, from the coloring to the frame rate to the editing to the filming to the production to the jokes to the pacing to every little thing can be improved, and they can never not be improved. There's literally no such thing as a perfect video. What YouTube wants is they want people to click on a video and they want to watch it. At its core, that's what it is. Now, you can draw little lines and go as deep as you want into how to get people to click and to how to get people to watch. Essentially, by studying the algorithm, you'll learn that you're more studying human psychology, right? What do humans want to watch? Anytime you say the word algorithm, just replace it with audience, and it works perfectly. The algorithm didn't like that video? No, the audience didn't like that video. Literally, that's it. If people are clicking and watching, then it gets promoted more. And that's literally all the algorithm does, is reflect what the people want to a T. And if you deny that, you just make terrible videos and are trying to find a scapegoat.
What makes for a good title? Short?
Not just short. It's also, if someone reads it, are they, do they have to watch it? Is it just so intrinsically interesting that it's just going to quit them if they don't click on it? You know what I mean? Ideally, it's a title also that, because the titles don't live in a vacuum, right? So it has to lead into the content. So ideally, the title represents content that you would want to watch for 20 minutes. So if it's a 20-minute video and the title is I Stepped on a Bug, the click-through rate is going to be much lower than if it was a 5-second video. Even nuances of the length of the video based against the title will affect whether people want to click it, because sometimes they just all add up. It's that, yes, ideally you want it below 50 characters, because above 50 characters on certain devices, you run the chance of it going ... So I took a light pole and I saw how many dollar bills I could stack on top, and then it would just go ... because it's too long and it can't finish it. And that's the worst thing, because then people don't even know what they're clicking on, and so it's going to do even worse. Short, simple, ideally, and just so freaking interesting they have to click. and it is a good segue into the content, and it represents the length of the content. The more extreme the opinion, typically the higher the click-through rate. If you can like pay it off in the content, then it just supercharges it. So like,
so you have a kind of estimate of the extreme.
like this water, right? If you're like, Fiji water sucks. Yeah, that would do fine. But if you said Fiji water is the worst water I've ever drank in my life, way more extreme opinion would do way better.
You have to deliver.
Yeah, but then you have to deliver, because the more extreme you are, the more extreme you have to be in the video.
I heard you guys talking about autoplay on YouTube,
yes.
and I've never considered it. I've always thought about the thumbnail, but now on YouTube, videos automatically play.
Of course. So before you film a video, what is the thumbnail, what is the video, and then what's the first 5 seconds, and then what's the first 30 seconds? You know, by the first 5 seconds is like, goes with the thumbnail.
Because it's possible that people open YouTube and
they don't see it.
They don't
Especially
even see
for us, because like for so many people I've watched hundreds of our videos, when I upload, I am first on your homepage. So like you just literally don't even see the thumbnail because it autoplays so quickly. So like the thumbnail is irrelevant. I have to like visually convince you to click on the video.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah, that's why we go so hardcore.
Dude, that's so crazy. So do you consider also captions in those first 5 seconds?
Of course,
aren't watching with audio.
Everything. Everything, yes, 100%.
Wow, so those first 5 seconds, that hook is now even more important than it ever used to be.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, before it was important because you had to convince people to watch.
Yeah.
Now you have to convince people to click and watch at the same time.
Whoa.
With the first 5 seconds.
That's driving CTR now too. Yeah,
it
interesting.
Is 100%.
Wow.
I roast a lot of people who like have boring first 5 seconds. It's brutal. Your title and thumbnail set expectations, and at the very beginning of the video, to minimize drop off, you want to assure them that those expectations are being met. If you click on a video where of his, where it's like Tether is a scam, and then at the very beginning he starts talking about
he got bored. He's leaving us now.
This is what I clicked on. But if at the very start of the video you go, Tether is a scam, and I'm going to teach you why, then it's like, okay, you match the expectations. So at the very beginning, match the expectations, and then you want to exceed them. So you want to assure people that what they clicked on is what they're getting, and then blow their mind and be like, but you're also getting even more. That's how you lower drop-off, which a lot of people, sometimes it takes them like 20 seconds to really meet the expectations, and so you lose, like, that's where you're going to lose everyone. Everyone's videos start like this, and then it levels off. So you want to reduce the amount of people that click off on the audience retention graph. I hope you're popping up graphs while I'm saying this, so it's easier for people to visualize. We really should drill this home, because like the number one thing is like retaining as many people as possible at the start. Because like envision a chart where you lose 35% of your viewers in the first 30 seconds, and then envision one where you only lose 20%. That's 15% more people that are watching, throughout the video than not. And it's not like you made the whole video like a bunch better. You just had a more strategic intro that hooked them. I'm struggling to put this into words and like to really impose how important that is, but like that 15% difference in viewership really does make the difference between hypothetically like 2 million views on a video and like 10 in my head. The thing people undervalue the most is literally the first 10 seconds of the video. Like, I think I can quote it. I tied up an FBI agent and I have $100,000 in this bag. Here's a knife. Good luck, and I just run away. Like, it gives you everything you need. Yeah. No wasted words, short, concise, and then tension. You basically want to remove every dull moment. You probably want to find the 10 most critical people you know, make them watch the video, and just roast it. Certain things, like, if I just talk to a camera for 10 seconds without a cut, like, a lot of people will just, like, get bored or they'll lose interest. So, like, having a B cam and a C cam, and you can just talk for 10 seconds, but 3 seconds in cutting to a B cam and then a C cam, like now it's more interesting, even though it's essentially the same thing and not that crazy. But you want to have
your big
having a payoff at the end keeps them, right? Last league circle wins 10 grand. If there is a low moment halfway through, you're going to watch to the end because you want to see who wins the 10 grand. So having a good payoff at the end.
How do you keep viewers watching and happy with the video?
I would say just give them why they clicked, tell them why they should watch, and then just stick on topic. Like that right there isn't even super complex, but that would already put you in the upper echelon of YouTube. It's hard for a lot of people. For whatever reason, like, they just drag it out. A lot of vlog channels do it. It's like eating $100 ice cream. And they'll be like, I'm going to eat $100 ice cream.
That's enough for now. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about Mr. Beast.
It's like them birthday shopping
and his
for their mom.
Advice,
and it's like, that's
how
not
he has
why I came
300
here.
Now, if you're looking to grow your YouTube channel, I gotta tell you about this before we get to the rest of Mr. Beast Genius Advice. And that is that we at Think Media are doing a free YouTube challenge to help you grow your first 1,000 subscribers subscribers on YouTube or make your first $1,000 on YouTube. To sign up for free, all you have to do is go to tube1kchallenge.com or check out the link down in our description. During this free challenge, Sean Cannell, the founder of Think Media, is going to be showing you guys how to grow your YouTube channels and make money online with YouTube. So click on the link to sign up today or to check out when our next challenge is going to be. Okay, let's get back into the video.
Link.
What's interesting is the longer people watch something, the more likely they are to keep watching. So you don't have to try as hard in the hypothetically back half of a video as you do in the front. Like, even right now, we're so deep into this where a lot of people listening are probably just going to keep listening relatively close to the end unless we just have a really boring part of this conversation because they're just in it. They're immersed. And so a big, like, to really boil it down to a simple level, you just want to get people where they're immersed in the content and then just kind of hold them there.
The thing is, it's all knowledge. It really is. And, like, every time I say this, people debate it to the end of time on Twitter, but I don't care. Like, I could start a new channel tomorrow with not using my face or my voice, like, without ever promoting it, and in 6 months have 20 million subscribers. I just could. Yeah. It's purely knowledge. Like, if you knew what I knew, you could get 10 million views a video, and you could get 10 million subscribers no matter where you are right now within 6 months. It really is just knowledge. And I can already tell you 90% of the people watching, they don't agree with that. They don't. And everyone has excuses, and they're always like, no, YouTube just doesn't work like that. I mean, you don't understand. But I mentor a lot of people. I see it even to this day. I still see it all the time. It is possible. It is simply knowledge. And the second you accept that it is knowledge and you start your, for me, 10,000 day journey of learning, for you, whatever it is, if you want to be less hardcore. But
and like, your friend, Mr. Fox.
You know, what makes a good video? What does my audience want? How can I elevate? And then you take that knowledge and you just assume that I will never understand what the perfect video is. And every single day I just need to be devoted to learning as much as possible and improving as much as possible. And I got to improve every video as much as I can. Then
improve as you go, guys.
There are tons of viral ideas that people can do that don't require money. It does not require money to go viral. Like, at one point, one of my most viewed videos was like spending 24 hours in a desert. We just grabbed a tent and some stuff, and we went in the desert. And it got like 60, 70 million views. I have so many videos where we spent hardly any money, like the no food one, or I'd have to pull up the channel and go through it, that have gotten tens of millions of views, and they would have gotten 10 plus million views even on a small channel. So people who say, oh, well, I could be Mr. Beast if I had money. Well, hey, I didn't start off with money. I was poor. I had no money, and it took me like 7 years just to buy a camera, saving up from YouTube. And B, some of our most viewed videos, literally, like anyone can do.
The best way to get views, in my opinion, I think it's better to really focus on quality if you're a very small YouTuber, and you can upload a video a day and like all the videos be average, and like none of those videos will really stand out. None of it's like epic enough where like the algorithm's gonna go, oh, this video is good, like we need to spread it. I feel like a lot of small YouTubers, they just post like videos that aren't bad, but they're not great, and they just do that, and none of them ever pop off, so they never get an audience, where it might be better to, like, you know, upload half or a third or even like a fifth of the videos, but make the videos you upload so freaking good that like the algorithm has to promote it, and then you know it has to find audiences for it because it's such an interesting and good video. When you like set a consistent schedule and you're constantly having to upload videos that aren't as good as you'd like because you got to hit, oh, this Monday I said I'd upload every Monday, you know, like it's a dangerous trap because then, you know, the viewers notice that the quality isn't as good and it makes them less likely to watch, and I think it hurts your longevity. A lot of times people, oh boy, it's like they think their videos are better than they are, honestly, and they
tell them, Jimmy, tell them.
I mean, they do, and you have to that, and they have horrible friend groups because you really are like the type of YouTubers you hang around, and so like a lot of times I'm just like, what you're saying is wrong. Who told you this? They're like, well, this guy, and it's like, well, they're wrong. It's not true. There's no such thing as a perfect video. Like, someone should always call you and get on your video because it could be better. Like, that's because imagine if someone does that every video and you upload hundreds, if not 1,000 videos over the next 10 years, and every single time someone's critiquing you and you're applying what they're critiquing. Like, imagine the compound effect over that time span. It's invaluable. People think it's like, oh, well, it's all like CTR and stuff like that, but a big thing that everyone underestimates is it's what what was your experience with your last video? If people loved the last video of yours that they watched, they're more likely to watch your next one. For the YouTubers watching this, when people watch your video, they go, okay, that was good, but like that's enough of you for the day. Like it was all right, right? Whereas what you want is them to go, holy crap, that was crazy. Oh my God, what's that? Holy crap, that was crazy. Oh my God. And they watch 10 videos. That's what you're going for, that data can't describe. And like, I've never heard anyone talk about that, but that is it. That's how you get these high view counts, because people watch 10 videos, not one, you know? It's okay to draw inspiration from me, but just don't do what I do to a T. It's not like $1 versus blank. I'm the first person to do it. But I just, saw that format, and I was just like, how can I do that 100 times better? Right. How can I put 100 times more creativity into it? How can I level up the editing by 100 times? How can I spend blah, blah, blah? Yeah. And that's always my mindset. How can I, if I get inspired by something, how can I do that but 100 times better and make it my own? Whereas a lot of people are just like, oh, Mr.Beast did that. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, how do I make a good thumbnail? How do I get people to click my video?
You want it to be simple. You want them to be able to, when they're scrolling through their suggested or homepage or whatever touch point, you want them to instantly be able to understand what you're conveying. And you want them to feel some type of emotion. You know what I mean? The way I like to phrase it is you want to make it so interesting or spike their curiosity or whatever emotion so much that, if they don't click it, they'll wonder, before they go to bed, what happened? You know what I mean? Like an example would be if you uploaded a video, I rode a skateboard with 1,000 other people on it, and people are falling off the side or whatever. And I'm envisioning a giant skateboard, people hanging on the side of it. Maybe it's about to go off a big ramp. If you don't click that, you're gonna be so curious. It's gonna be on your mind. Later in the day when you're daydreaming, you're gonna think what happened? What happened to those 1,000 people on that skateboard? That's kind of a mindset I think you should have when making thumbnails.
How often do you change a thumbnail on a video? Is that something, do you usually just stick with one, or you try different ones?
Well, I think we get better at making thumbnails every year. So it's more, when I upload a thumbnail, I usually think it's good, and I don't change it most of the time. But what happens is 3 years later, I look back, and I'm like, oh, that's a horrible thumbnail. And so it's usually every 2 years we just go back and update a lot of our older thumbnails just because they're terrible. Just with the new knowledge we have and what we've learned. And funny enough, that actually usually does help quite a bit when we update the thumbnails on old videos. They usually do see a little bit of an uptick because they're just, if we take an old thumbnail where it's seeing if whatever, 100,000 magnets out of a car, and it just looks terrible. And then with the new stuff, I know we zoom in a little bit so it's a little more visible and make things look better. Then magically it starts doing a little bit better because now people actually understand what it is, because I'm not as much of an idiot anymore. In 10 years, YouTube's going to be bigger than television ever was for culture, in America at least, in my opinion. And so I think a lot of people underestimate that, and I don't think people really understand just how, to be one of the top creators on the biggest social media platform, and that will also be the biggest in 10 years during that whole time, the amount of value and how crazy that is. You don't need a network, you don't need, to go through people, you just are. You can do whatever you want, and you can influence people how you want. It's just wild. It's mind-blowing, and you can leverage that to build businesses or, do things like Beast Philanthropy or whatever. I think, people don't realize just how much influence the top YouTube channels have. No one's ever going to do what I do better than me. It's just not... It's not even humanly possible. I reinvest every penny I make. Yeah. I work every hour I'm awake. I devote every atom in my brain to solving this. I hire the best people on the planet. I've been doing this for 14 years. And I think in decades, not years. So I'm going to be doing this for another 20, 30 years, not 2 or 3. So, no, the next me isn't going to be me because no one's going to do what I do better than me. It's not possible. If I thought someone was doing better than me, I'd just start sleeping less so I could work even more. I'd figure it out.
The barrier to entry to be you is extremely high.
Yeah.
Right? Especially where you're at.
Well, it's just because I'm all in. I'm crazy. People shouldn't be me. I don't have a life. I don't have work-life balance. My personality, my soul, my being is making the best videos possible, entertaining my fans as best as I can. That is what exists on this planet. And I don't recommend it. You know what I mean? You should have work-life balance. You should not devote your entire life to this one thing. Go have fun. I'm miserable a lot of times. I have a mental breakdown every other week because I push myself so hard. I don't recommend it,
What do you think gets us to 1 million subscribers?
Well, subscribers is an arbitrary number.
Okay, so
that doesn't matter.
Million views a video.
No, you should ask me, what
helps us make the best videos possible? That's the only question you should ask me. Subscribers don't matter. Views don't matter. I mean, they do, but all that comes. Everything you want as a creator comes from making the best videos possible. And thumbnails. But it's easier to, make thumbnails. The video part's the hard part, and that's the thing that you're known for. Ask, how can I make my videos better? Do that every single day for years, and then you'll probably get views.
Alright, that's it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. We did.
For people who are poor,
I'm eating that.
because they actually don't
I
see
am
reality for
going
what it
to
is.
show
Because
you
the way they see reality, they see making money impossible or incredibly difficult.
my
or it's only for
Facebook
certain select
page.
people off of that,
Please,
right? It's just because they
it'd be nice for you to add me. And again, I'll show you my channel. I like this channel too.
Mindset. It's hard to
Very
kind of get
good
ahead,
channel.
right? Because of people investing in things when they don't have
Here
money,
I am,
so they're
so
in debt,
please
and they
like,
kind of stay in
share,
debt.
and
What
subscribe.
is necessary
Thanks for
people to
watching.
break the broke